Hello families, this video is a tour of the May packet that I sent in the mail. I just want to do another walkthrough of what's inside the packet, suggestions for how to do it. At this point, we've had 2 weeks of our mandatory activities. You'll see I'll continue the weekly to-dos on the PDF. That'll have the link to the videos that I've made for some of these. So some of these won't get their own video because you'll just do whatever you can with them. But some of them, like the chapter books and the news articles, those I am going to make videos for to do the comprehension questions and things like I did for April. So that's the plan for May. But I wanted to do a quick little go through. So when you're opening up your packet, here's what we've got. We've got a whole slew for May. And June might look a little different. It might just have some of the news articles and not chapter books because the curriculum is a little different for June. But anyhow, so we have Who Do You Look Like? That's the first chapter book, so that's the book, and then comprehension questions at the end of it. So this one I will make a video for. Then we have chapters 1 through 6. This theme this week is about cells and DNA and how we look and how our DNA determines how we look. So there's a science theme to it. So we have chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, DNA and people, chapter 4, Todd's family tree, chapter 5, DNA and animals, chapter 6, DNA and plants. So with all of these chapter books, they're just like April. We'll read the articles and then answer the comprehension questions in the back. This month I did print out the comprehension questions a little differently, so you guys can cut them out if you want to. I did them where they're a page by page, so it'll have the question a lot bigger, and then there are the picture symbols for the vocabulary, for the answers, to cut out and use to paste into the sentences there. So it's a little bit different. I thought we would try it this way for May. After the main book and chapters 1 through 6, we have the journal writing packet. Again, do the same, just this one's a little more flexible based on the kids' abilities, but there is journal 1 is just a blank to write in. Now you could dictate this and write it out with your student. You know, today we had a picnic outside, or today we called grandma on Zoom. Whatever you guys did, you could write that in your journal. Journal number 2, I printed out the pictures that you can cut out and use to answer the questions in journal number 2. And then journal number 3 or 4 are more kind of fill in the blank where you can just write in what you've done. So that's a little more flexible, but that's what to do with the journals. The next one in here is My Family Tree, which is pretty cool. I'm actually on my own playing with Ancestry.com, so I'm kind of working on my own family tree too, but this is just a worksheet that kind of prompts you with, how many people are in your family, do you have brothers or sisters, and then it gives you picture symbols for different family members. And I would suggest, if you've got the time and the energy and pictures on your phone, use pictures on your phone, or Zoom call these people or whatever. Use as many, real objects, real humans, or pictures of real humans that are the family of your student. That's way more meaningful than just, stick figures. So with this one, really, you can get creative and print out, make a collage, just play with your family members and work on kind of identifying those family members. Hold up 2 pictures, mom and dad, or mom and grandma, or aunt and uncle, whatever, and have them kind of look and identify those people. So that's the family tree one. That's kind of cool. The next one is one of the life skills activities, and it's called Going to the Movies. And it goes through rights and responsibilities. So with this curriculum, once they get up to middle school or junior high, they start really working on independent living skills and all that. So this is just a way to, it's just a little worksheet about what to do, like how to do the right thing. And so there's just little stories and then saying yes, yes or no. You can talk about these scenarios and then just kind of ask your kid yes or no and just see where their answers are with yes and no. You could cut these out. Again, you could make your own yes and no cards out of paper. Just draw a little green yes or a little red no. If you have your binders that I sent home, those should have a yes or no. If you want me to send you some yeses and nos, email me and I will, or text me on Remind, and I can mail you guys some yes no cards. So let me know if you want me to make you some yes no picture symbols. So this one, of course, is a little more abstract, but even just talking about going to the movies is a good activity. Again, with the life skills, the next packet is hygiene. So we did hand washing before. This is brushing teeth, and it goes through the step-by-step. It's called a task analysis of the steps to do things. So this has brushing teeth, flossing your teeth, and using mouthwash. And then in the back of it, it has vocabulary. So you could cut these out and put them around your house. Put this picture symbol on the bottle of mouthwash you have, or put this by the toothbrush, toothpaste. Anything you can do to help build the picture vocabulary with the real object. A lot of our kids need the more concrete item that they're used to seeing, but this is how we teach picture vocabularies, is pairing the picture symbol to the real item. So you can put this, hang it up on your mirror in the bathroom, or, just point to, okay, we're brushing our teeth. When you're actually brushing your teeth, say like, look, it looks like us. We're holding the toothbrush, and it's us brushing our teeth. So that's kind of some good vocabulary here in this life skills packet. And the next one is another life skills activity. It's called Don't Spoil Your Food. So this one walks you through the types of food and how we store them, things that go in the refrigerator, things that go in the freezer, and things that go in the cabinet. And then it has a little worksheet, a little refrigerator that you put the pictures of food, which is on the last page of the packet. You cut those out and then put them where they go in the freezer. Again, with this, you don't have to use this packet to do it. Just use this for inspiration and go through your fridge and show your kid what goes in the freezer. Have them, put their hand in the freezer and feel it's cold and feel the frozen pizza. And then open up the fridge and have them feel it's still cold, but not as cold as the freezer, and what you put there, what you put in the pantry. So definitely use as many real objects as you can with all of this stuff. Let your kids smell the popcorn you make and where you put that in the pantry, and what you do with the microwave. Let them smell, let them feel, let them really explore the real objects. Cool. So the next packet in here is some more vocabulary. So this is just, these are some of the main vocabulary that we'll see in the chapter books. And so it's things like look, more, know, you, other, and colors, because we're talking about the color of eyes, color of hair, with the DNA and such. So these, again, you can use these throughout the day. There's nothing specifically to do with these. You can do a billion things with these picture cards. So that's the vocabulary for the month. Then the next packet in here is one of the cooking activities, and it's candy cells. So with this one, you're more likely to have the things in your kitchen for this than for the chocolate coins from last month. But this one, you just need Jell-O, ice cubes, some fruit strips like fruit leather, and gumballs, which who has gumballs in their house? Unless you have a gumball machine. I don't know. That's cool if you do, but that might be a harder one to find. But again, don't make a special trip out to the grocery store, please, to buy these things. Just if you had it, if it inspired you to make something that looked like a candy cell, then go for it. If you do Even if you don't, whatever recipe you use, this is just a recipe response sheet. So even if you make dinner and whatever it is, you can have the kid answer, like, how did it taste? Yummy, okay, or yucky? How was it made? Was it easy, okay, or hard to make? And was it healthy? So this worksheet can be applied to any meal that the kid has. So that's kind of a universal. If you do make that recipe, the candy cells, these are just the picture cards that go with the recipe. So that's that. Yeah, that recipe response page is kind of fun. So the next packets are the 2 math packets. One of them, again, is counting. Again, use real objects as much as possible. Use the coins if you've got them. Again, we don't, when we count things, we typically stay under 20, especially when we're using real objects that helps moving. This one is you're going to be counting by 5, so you can still just ignore the 15 and just count 1, 2, 3. If you are doing something like this and it looks like too much on the page, another thing that we do is we just fold the page in half so that you visually really only see the questions. This is helpful if you're just counting on the page, just to only count the things that you see, rather than not realizing that you're not supposed to count below the black line or something like that. So it helps kind of visually parse down what the student sees on the page. So again, this is just the counting packet, and then the graph reading. I wasn't able to print these in color again, but I think there's enough of a difference kind of between the hair colors. You could make your own grid or your own, pay attention to the hair color of all the people that live in your house with you. Make your own grid, especially if you're like in a family where everyone kind of has generally the same colored hair. You can say, here's our family and we all have black hair. 100% of us all have black hair, So there's the questions that go with the grid, and I will be making a video of the 2 math worksheets together because I'm going to assign those in the same week. Okay, we're getting very close to the end here. The next one in the packet is this experiment. So this one, you need some kitchen utensils. You also might have most of the things that are on here. The biggest things are rubbing alcohol and bananas and masking tape. So if you've got those 3 things, you could do this banana DNA experiment. It walks you through step by step of how to do it. You squeeze the banana into a Ziploc bag, and you see what you can see after you freeze it and put the soap in it and stuff. So then there's questions to answer if you do it, and then there's the vocabulary to go with it. So that is the experiment. Again, this is a much more time-consuming thing, but if you're interested in it and want to try it, that's what this is here for. The very last chunk of papers here in our May packet is actually a little different. You'll see the title. It's called News to You. So the umbrella of this curriculum that we use is called Unique Learning Systems, and then within that they have News to You. So each week they come out with news articles which are of interest to elementary and junior high and high school students, and they have these articles with the pictures underneath them so you can kind of read the words or read the pictures. And then they have comprehension questions and activities, knock-knock jokes and stuff to go with it. So I sent one for May. In June, I would imagine maybe you're going to get some more, the news in June, that I might send out some more. So this one has a longer article. It's called Sharing Happiness. So it goes through the article. It's a few pages long, so I'll make a video for this one too, of reading it. And then there's another article here. This one's called Coronavirus, so there's one article there, and then another article called Neighborhoods. And then this one even has its own cooking recipes. This has a recipe for rainbow fruit salad. It has knock knock jokes. Some of our friends like these knock knock jokes. So there's two different jokes. They're a little silly sometimes. And then there's comprehension questions. So when I make the video, we'll be doing it where we answer the comprehension. This one is where you circle the pictures of the pictures that go with the story that we read about. So there's that one, and then answering kind of the who, what, when, where, why questions of the article. And then there's some games. So there's a crossword puzzle, and there's a Sudoku, which is really fun. I'll make a separate Sudoku video because I know some of us haven't done a Sudoku before. So I'll make a separate Sudoku video with this one. And then there's the picture symbols for the core vocabulary to use to answer the questions on the back of it. So, that is a walkthrough of all the papers that I've sent home for May. Again, we've got 4 weeks to work through this. This is the kind of the bulk of what we'll be doing in May. I will keep sending out those page weekly to-dos with all of the assignments for the week, so you guys can do them at your own pace. Do whichever ones you can, whenever you can. The videos, if there will be a video to go with it, it will be right there on the same line. You just click where it says click here to watch video, you'll click it, and then another link will show up. You click that link and that'll open up the YouTube video for the little companion video that I've made to go with them. So we're almost out. We've got 4 weeks here in May. We've got 2 in June, and we're along for the ride. Keep doing whatever you guys are doing. Again, the kids are so lucky to have you. We'll get through this, and I'm around whenever you guys need me for any questions or concerns or anything I can help you guys during this time. All right, happy learning, and see you guys around. Bye.